It's no secret that the NFL and the NFL Commissioner, Roger Goodell, have been under fire for their disciplinary methods or lack thereof. We'll look further into who's responsible for these inconsistencies on this week's Ramble.
Thanks, guys. Hi, I'm Bridget Murphy, and I'm taking over for Milat Mehta this year on the Ramble. So this week we're going to be talking about the NFL and a lot of the disciplinary problems, specifically the deflategate issue with Tom Brady. A federal judge has just overturned the NFL's decision to suspend Brady for 4 games. But what we're going to talk about, I mean, we can go back and forth all day about whether he did it, whether he didn't, he broke his cell phone, you know, all that jazz. But instead, we're going to be talking about who is really to blame or where the focus of the blame should be for all of these disciplinary problems the NFL has been having. So we're going to start with Mike.
In my opinion, I think that the blame needs to go directly to Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell had the Ted Wells report, and even though the report stated that Tom Brady only had a general knowledge of the misconduct, that doesn't constitute enough for them to proceed with the case against him, and then also levy the 4-game suspension as well.
Okay, Jake, what do you think about that?
Can I actually ask you a question, Bridget?
Sure.
So what was our initial question today?
Who is to blame for the NFL's disciplinary problems?
No. Before that, what were we talking about doing before?
We were talking about what is funnier, being hit by Usain Bolt being hit by a Segway, or the butt fumble. Okay.
So we had this story, we had it all lined up, we had all the B-roll ready to go, and the story breaks, the first thing we do is go right to Tom Brady. And this is the exact problem with what's going on right now. This is a media-created issue. The whole thing has been branded deflategate, and that's not a real name. They're comparing this to Watergate, which is one of the worst political scandals in our country's history. This is about a football being underdeflated by a few pounds, and the media has exploded it into this big thing. And so I think, you know, the media is really causing this issue.
So, but we're going to go back to the blame issue. Like, is the media to blame for the problem, or the fact that we had to go into a federal courtroom to get an issue about football, you know, sorted out? Or is it the NFL's fault for not doing the right thing up front? Mike?
You know, I think that if Demore Smith, the head of the NFLPA, the Players Association, could work better with Roger Goodell, then maybe we wouldn't have issues like this, right? If they had a better back and forth, and if they weren't always butting heads, things wouldn't have to get into the federal court system. When we see Roger Goodell going outside of his bounds as commissioner of the NFL and really attacking the Patriots and Tom Brady.
Jake?
I think this is really an issue as a whole with the NFL. They're such a PR-driven league, and they want to have a good image, and they're kind of overstepping their bounds right now. And the problem becomes when the media is scrutinizing them on things, they're forced to act because they want to look good in the public sphere. They make so much money a year, and they're driven to keep their fan base going. So the media is spurring all of these issues and forcing Roger Goodell to act upon them.
Okay, I'm a little sad you brought up our ruined story about the butt fumble, because I always love a good opportunity to talk about Mark Sanchez making a fool of himself. So, but I think the fact of the matter is that the NFL is just a huge monster corporation, and I think the media is a huge part of that. So I'm going to go with Jake saying the media is at fault here. And that's it for the Ramble this week. Next week, we'll hopefully get to talk about the butt fumble. Back to you guys at the desk.
I think we all wish that we got to see a replay of the butt fumble, but as media, it seems that we can't resist the Tom Brady scandal.